Hey plant friends, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever seen those incredible photos of pothos plants in the wild with leaves the size of your head and wondered, why doesn't mine look like that? Well, you're not alone. Most of us have pothos that look something like this, beautiful, vining, but with relatively small leaves. Today I'm going to let you in on a secret. You can absolutely get those massive fenestrated jungle leaves on your pothos right inside your own home. And it's easier than you think. We're going to transform your humble houseplant into the tropical giant it was always meant to be. So grab your gardening gloves and let's get growing. First things first, let's understand why our indoor pothos stay so small. In their native habitat, Epipremnum aureum, or the golden pothos, are climbers. They scramble up massive tree trunks, and as they climb higher and higher towards the sunlight, their leaves mature and get huge. This is a survival strategy called apical dominance. The plant sends its energy upwards to the newest growth, which is closest to the light. The leaves that are higher up get bigger to maximize photosynthesis. When we let them hang down in a basket, we're essentially telling them they've reached the forest floor, so they keep producing smaller juvenile leaves. The key to unlocking giant leaves is to reverse this and convince your pothos it's climbing. So, how do we do that? The magic word is support. You need to give your pothos something to climb. Now, you could just use a simple stake, but if you really want to supercharge growth, you need a moss pole. A moss pole mimics the damp, textured bark of a tree that pothos naturally cling to. Their aerial roots will dig into the moist sphagnum moss, which provides physical support, nutrients, and most importantly, moisture. This is the single most important step. It signals to the plant that it's in climbing mode and can start producing those mature giant leaves we're after. You can buy pre-made moss poles online or at your local garden center, or you can even make one yourself pretty easily with some hardware mesh, zip ties, and sphagnum moss. Okay, so you've got your pothos and your moss pole. Now for the fun part, putting it all together. First, gently pot up your pothos into a slightly larger container with some fresh, well-draining potting mix. I like to use a mix of potting soil, perlite, and orchid bark for great aeration. When you're placing the plant, insert the moss pole into the back of the pot, making sure it's sturdy. Now, carefully take the longest vines of your pothos and start wrapping them upwards around the pole. Don't be afraid to guide them. Use plant clips, garden twine, or even bobby pins to gently secure the stems against the moss. The crucial part here is to make sure the nodes, those little bumps on the stem where leaves and roots grow, are pressed against the moss. This is where the new aerial roots will emerge and attach. Now, just setting it up isn't enough. The real trick to a successful moss pole is keeping it moist. A dry moss pole is just a stick. A wet moss pole is a lifeline. You need to water the pole just as you water the soil. I find the easiest way is to use a squeeze bottle or a watering can with a narrow spout and slowly pour water down from the top of the pole, letting it soak all the way through. You want it to be damp, not sopping wet. Misting the pole daily also helps, especially if your home has dry air. This consistent moisture encourages those aerial roots to anchor in, which tells the plant, hey, I'm secure. I've got water. I can start growing big. Let's talk about the second most important factor after climbing. Light. Remember, in the jungle, pothos climb towards the canopy to get more sun. To replicate this, you need to give your climbing pothos bright, indirect light. A spot near an east-facing window is perfect for gentle morning sun. A south or west-facing window can also work, but you might need to pull it back a bit or use a sheer curtain to prevent the intense afternoon sun from scorching the leaves. If you don't have a lot of natural light, don't worry. A good quality grow light is a fantastic alternative. Position the light directly above the plant to encourage that upward growth. Insufficient light is a major reason for slow growth and small leaves, so don't skip this step. Next up, let's feed our hungry climber. Growing big leaves takes a lot of energy, and that energy comes from nutrients. During the growing season, which is typically spring and summer, you should fertilize your pothos regularly. I recommend using a balanced liquid fertilizer, diluted to half strength, every 2 to 4 weeks. When you water your plant, you can fertilize the soil and the moss pole at the same time. This gives the plant nutrients through its soil roots and its aerial roots, doubling down on the good stuff. In the fall and winter, when growth naturally slows down, you can cut back on fertilizing to once a month or even less. Now, let's talk about something a little counterintuitive: pruning. It might feel wrong to cut your plant when you want it to get bigger, but strategic pruning is key. As your pothos starts climbing the pole, you might notice it still tries to send out long, vining stems with small leaves. Don't be afraid to snip these off. Pruning away this trailing growth redirects all of the plant's energy upwards into the main climbing stems. This encourages the leaves on the pole to get bigger, faster. You can take the cuttings you've pruned and propagate them in water to create new plants. Once they have roots, you can plant them at the base of your moss pole to create an even fuller, lusher look. Patience is a virtue, especially in the plant world. You won't see giant leaves overnight. In the first few weeks, your plant will focus its energy on establishing its roots in the moss pole. You might not see much new leaf growth at all, but stick with it. Once those aerial roots take hold, you'll start to notice a change. The new leaves emerging at the top of the pole will be slightly bigger than the last, and the next ones will be bigger still. It's a gradual process, but as the plant climbs higher, the leaves will get progressively larger. It's incredibly rewarding to watch. Before you know it, you'll have leaves that are 2, 3, or even 4 times the size they were when you started. Let's do a quick recap of the giant leaf formula. 1. Give it something to climb, preferably a moss pole. This is non-negotiable. 2. Keep that moss pole consistently moist. A dry pole won't work. 3. Provide plenty of bright, indirect light, either from a window or a grow light. 4. Feed your plant regularly with a balanced fertilizer during the growing season. 5. Prune off any long trailing vines to redirect energy upwards. And 6. Be patient. Good things take time. Follow these steps, and I promise you will be amazed at the transformation. You'll go from a simple hanging plant to a stunning tropical centerpiece that will have all your friends asking for your secret. So, are you ready to take on the challenge and grow your own indoor jungle? It's a super fun project, and the results are absolutely spectacular. There's nothing quite like seeing your pothos finally live up to its full, magnificent potential. If you try this method, I would love to see your progress. Tag me in your photos on social media so I can cheer you on. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more plant tips and tricks. Thanks so much for watching, and happy growing.